Welcome to the BrainCloud Unity demo. In this video, we'll take a look at the example Unity project which shows you how to authenticate and increment a few statistics on BrainCloud. We assume you already have a BrainCloud portal user account and that you've downloaded the example game for this tutorial. So let's get started by opening up the example project. I've taken the example project and modified it so that it's not hooked up to BrainCloud. Together, we'll go through the steps that allow us to authenticate and increment statistics in the cloud. First, let's open the game scene in the Scenes folder and check out the game. Well, we've got a little spaceship. We can move around and we can shoot. And there are enemies and they shoot you. Once the game is over, you're given a display of statistics, how many enemies you've killed, how many shots have been fired, and the number of games you've played. What we want to do is hook those statistics up to BrainCloud so that we can persist them over multiple game sessions. You'll notice that there's a BrainCloud toolbar in the example project. This toolbar has links to the BrainCloud portal, the API documentation, as well as a settings page. The first step in getting connected to BrainCloud is to set up your app ID and secret key. Let's go to the BrainCloud portal and grab those values. There's a link to the client library right on the home page. I've already got it installed right now, so I'll proceed to the apps page to create my app. I'm going to call my app Space Shooter and click Save. Once the app is created, I'll be taken to the application ID page, which contains the app ID and secret key. I can then go back to the Unity project and enter that information into the settings page. I also need to enable the platforms that the game will run on. Let's select Mac OS X and we'll throw in Facebook, Windows, and iOS just for fun. Now that my game settings have been entered, we can go and set up our authentication flow with BrainCloud. The example game comes with a dialog to help you authenticate, which is the BrainCloud Connect scene. The BrainCloud Connect scene has a script called BrainCloud Connect attached to the main camera. You're welcome to copy this scene and script into your game and use it as a starting point for authentication. Most of the BrainCloud Connect script is GUI code, but you'll see right at the top we initialize the BrainCloud wrapper. Later on, when you click the Authenticate button, we call Authenticate Universal, and there's a success and a failure callback. I'll just show you what that looks like. There are several different authentication systems you can use with BrainCloud, such as Facebook, Game Center, and Steam, amongst others. We're using universal authentication here as it's the quickest one to integrate with your game and does not require any additional libraries or configuration of third-party systems. Now let's look at the Space Shooter game code. Inside the script's Space Shooter tutorial folder is a script called Game Controller. Inside, we'll find the meat of the game logic. There are a few statistics defined: enemies killed, asteroids destroyed, shots fired, and games played. When the game is over, we call the Save Statistics function that increments the total statistics with the results from the game round. After that is completed, we call Show Statistics to draw the totals to the screen. Now let's go over to the BrainCloud portal and configure those statistics. We'll call our new statistic Enemy Ships Killed. It's type long, and we'll create a category called General. You can add a description, a minimum value, a max value, and an initial value. Let's add a few more. Now, in the game controller, I'll replace the function that saves statistics locally with one that will save them on BrainCloud. This function builds a dictionary object of statistic names and their corresponding increment values. We call increment player stats with that dictionary object, passing in a success and a failure callback. On success, BrainCloud returns those same statistics with their current total value on BrainCloud. We parse the total values out of the JSON and we set our local variables. And then at the end of the success callback, we show the statistic values to the player. I've also added code to read the statistics from BrainCloud when the game first begins so that we can show the player what their current totals are. So let's save that, go over to Unity and test it out. Okay, so I shot a few things, and we can see the statistic totals here. Let's simulate the user closing and reopening the game. And as you can see, the statistics are saved. It's just that easy. Thanks for watching, and check out our other videos for more information on BrainCloud.